Hello everybody, I'm back. I am going to briefly do your weekly energy update. I will also be back shortly with the new moon reading and also reading for the month of April, okay? But right now I'm going to go ahead and just do your weekly energy update. If you're interested in a reading or an energy healing session with me, you can go to my website, which is IamEmilyGear.com. and schedule there. I've also recently put an offering to order a recorded reading that way. So if the price point has been an issue for you for scheduling a live appointment, I'm now offering those recorded readings. So they're a little bit less expensive because I can fit them in my schedule whenever I have a chance in between my two jobs. And so hopefully that is helpful for you guys. I just uploaded another video of integration, energy healing, some grounding, so definitely check that out. I am in a pretty good place energetically, finally, after a while, so I hope you guys are having the same experience. I did receive the channeling last week that there may be, today is April 1st, so if you're seeing this later, you can take this as you will, but then I received the information that there may be another 3 weeks or so of us going through a lot of transitional stuff. Not super sure exactly why that is, because as I always say, I am not an astrologer. I just provide you the information that I receive. And here goes the nose again. I don't know why that happens. One of my friends gets that when she starts to get messages, so that could be it. Anyway, all right, so thank you guys for being here. Thank you to all my new subscribers also. And I'm going to go ahead and get some cards. We'd like some information on the coming week. Okay, wow. Let's see. There's a lot of cards here. All right. There's definitely some stress. Something is going to come full circle this week. I'm feeling like things that have been a stress for a long period of time, maybe kind of that you've been swiping aside and like keeping underneath the surface, that shit's going to go this week. Like, I think that you're going to, might be forced to go against maybe your softer nature to release some of these burdens here with the 10 of Roses, which is like the 10 of Wands, and the 7 of Wings, which is like the 7 of Swords. Okay, that's coming out here with the Princess of Shells and the Judgment card. All right, Princess of Shells with Judgment, and the Ace of Shells and the World. So the shells are like cups, okay? So I do feel like, you know, something is coming full circle here. I'm definitely getting the feeling that there was a big lesson, okay? So probably like a karmic lesson coming up here. Whether that is, I do feel like it probably involves other people, okay? So it could be a relationship, it could be, for me, I think it's going to be something with work because something came up today which feels like it might apply. Where, you know, I might have to make a decision with a person at work that's going to be challenging, you know, go against my softer nature. Let's just put it that way. And so you might be feeling something like that in your life as well. Even if maybe you wouldn't characterize yourself as softer, the romantic is coming out here. And so kind of, I sort of feel like either it's a softer nature or it might be an emotional decision for you, or it might be something that like involves relationships in general. So know that that is coming up for release this week, whatever that might be. The Judgment card and the World card showing up makes me feel like it might be a big thing. It might also not be so big. Okay, so it's gonna span the gamut as far as like, is this a huge lesson for you or not? And it really depends on your what cycle in your life you're in. Okay, that's what I'm just hearing. It is for the best, whatever it is. You've got the Ace of Shells with the World, so with the ending comes in the new beginning, and so it's opening up this new opportunity for greater fulfillment in your life. And so it is actually a necessary door to pass through in order to allow this greater fulfillment to come through. You're going to know, if you don't know what I'm talking about right now, this might not apply to you. You're going to know probably exactly what this situation is. Okay, when you hear me say this. So don't freak out or anything like that, but or don't try to force it to fit. You should already know what this is going to be. What other energies are coming up for this week that begins April 1st, please? All right. I'm not going to take the ones that fell face down. I am going to take the 3 that came face up. Okay, so I've got the 9 of gems, which is like the 9 of coins. I've got the lovers, and I've got the fool. Okay. So there is some kind of, for some of you, there is a certain set of you that are finally pulling yourself together to leave I want to say that there was a relationship that you have been in which has been keeping you constricted. It has been keeping you from being independent, okay? And so this might be, I mean, the lovers is coming up here, doesn't necessarily have to be romantic, but I feel like it probably is in this situation. So I feel like there is a new beginning regarding getting out of a situation that has been codependent for you or has been basically keeping you tied up in a way that is not, I'm not talking about healthy commitment or anything like that. Like, there are healthy commitments in our lives, okay? And those are okay. I'm talking, and everybody knows one of these type situations, okay? I'm talking about a situation that you need to release in order to become stable within yourself because it is actually draining you and causing you harm. All right, so that may be happening this week for some of you. Again, if you don't know what this is, it's probably not coming up for you. All right, so nobody panic. You already know what this is, and this should feel like an empowering message to you. You know, me telling you you're on the right track. Okay, so that's coming up. What's the other message? I had 2 that were showing up for this set of cards. I think for others of you who maybe are not leaving a relationship, but you might be laying some boundaries and gaining a greater sense of self within a relationship that you had lost yourself in. It also could be, it might not be a relationship, it might be another situation where it was a group where you did not feel heard or you didn't feel like appreciated. And so I feel like there might be an opportunity for you to start asserting yourself in that situation, asserting your value in that situation, okay? Now, the 9 of gems, which is the 9 of coins or 9 of pentacles, it actually says independence at the bottom. I didn't even see that before, but it comes with a certain amount of independence, meaning that you somehow break away from the group or break out of the relationship or, you know, whatever it is, you know, separate from the larger community or family or whatever. So I'm very much feeling that this is a positive thing for you, and it allows you to reevaluate your own idea of your self-worth. This is a self-worth issue right now, I think, for most of you. It also is going to have to do with you valuing yourself beyond what you can do for the whole, okay? Beyond what you can do for the family, beyond the support you provide to a partner, beyond the support you provide to a business or a job or a coalition of any kind, okay? This is you becoming your own greatest love. And for some of you, this is new. This is a new beginning. It allows you to step out in a way that you have not before. And it is a really, it's a really profound and like, I'm trying to get the right word here. It's audacious. The step that you're making feels audacious to you, and that's because of the situation you're coming out of has made it seem like this was somehow not okay or not appropriate or whatever. I can relate to that, and you know, this might not relate to everybody, but I can relate to that in the sense that in my situation, I will have to make a decision where it has been easier for me to always take the blame myself and say that I could have done something better, or I should have done something better, or I should have provided, you know, different resources to this person, or given them more chances, or maybe everything wasn't perfect, and so therefore giving them more and more chances to do something, and they're simply not doing it. Okay, again, mine is a business situation. You might have a personal situation, but those ideas still apply, where I need to now look at it like, this is not my fault. This is, you know, I gave a lot of chances and a lot of opportunities. And I'm going to have to make decisions based on what I know to be right for, not only for me, but also for my business, right? So that might be you, or you might be making decisions based on, I know what is best for me, and I have to be in charge of me because no one else is in charge of me, okay? So some of you are making those choices, and not just making those choices, right, with the Lover's card here, but actually making those moves. The Fool, the stepping out. This says trust on this card, which is great. In the other video that I just posted, I was talking about how I personally am experiencing a greater level of trust. And so this might be confirmation that you guys are as well, that you're able to take these steps out and know you're going to be okay. That cataclysmic feeling that everyone was going to leave you. I literally, not to digress, but I literally get those feelings where if I stand up for myself, I'll feel this feeling that everyone in my life will leave me. Or the people that I'm standing up to will leave me, hate me, degrade me, whatever. And that's not true. That's not how this goes. And this especially isn't how this is going right now, where we're being pushed to surrender our burdens of untruth, right? With the 7 of Wings showing up. So you're being supported in trusting the universe and honoring your truth, in taking those steps that you need to take. You're extremely supported right now. All right, let's find out what else is coming out. So this week, what is new for us this week? I mean, that's kind of new, honestly. But what else is new for us this week? Oh, 6 of Roses, victory. Whatever that thing is that you've been trying to do and trying to get done and couldn't trust enough to do, you're going to do it. You're going to do it. You're going to make it. You're going to be okay. All right? You are absolutely supported by the divine this week to be victorious in whatever step you're trying to make. Now, victory, of course, can be small victories, large victories. So you might be making a huge step this week. If you're not making a huge step and you're more on like a smaller cycle with this week, that's fine too. You're still going to be victorious. It will just be on this smaller scale. Okay. So I feel like this is a very positive week. Obviously, if you are making changes and leaving certain situations, relationships, jobs, whatever, someone is on the losing end of that, but not really, because when something is not right for you or for a group, then everyone is not benefiting, okay? Everyone is suffering when you are in a state of needing to surrender something. Because we're all one, we're all connected. You cannot be in a place where you are constantly overgiving and sacrificing and unhappy and losing and just drained of energy. The other people in the situation are experiencing a mirrored effect. They are in some way losing and being drained as well. So you have to get yourself into symbiotic relationships, not parasitic relationships, is what I'm hearing right now. So this is like a week of extracting yourself out of parasitic relationships or parasitic environments, parasitic situations, things that are, again, no longer serving you, right? That is not to say that you should not work on committed relationships, that you should not work on commitments to jobs or situations. You are going to know what this is. This is something that has, with the 10 of Roses showing up here, this is something that has gone full circle. You are fucking done with this, and you know it. You know what I mean? It's like that thing where it's like been cooked to death, you know? It's like when you left the macaroni on the stove boiling and all the water boiled away and now it's burnt to the bottom of the pan. This is that, okay? So that's all positive really for the whole gamut. Nobody needs to be in that situation, whether the other party thinks that they want to be or not. That is simply them struggling to also surrender to the end of this situation. Okay? And this is resonating heavily for me right now, too. I'm not reading my own situation, but I am feeling that within me. All right, so let's, we're at about 15 minutes. Oops. Let's get some advice for making it through this week intact, okay? What's the advice for navigating the energies this week? I am throwing cards everywhere. The ones that are showing up here, and this makes total sense, the ones that every other shit fell to the ground, but what stayed on the table was the Queen of Gems, which is like the Queen of Coins, and the 10 of Wings, which is like the 10 of Swords. And I feel like here, you can see down here, it says the Nurturer and Difficulty. My first feeling about these two cards together is knowing when it's time to say when. When to take care of yourself by ending the difficult situations. The 10 of Swords is an ending. It just is. It's a challenge. It's the end of a very challenging situation. It's something that has come full circle. There's nothing else for you in it. It just is the natural end of this cycle. Okay. And it makes me feel with the Queen of Gems coming up here that you might, and you are, with all these other cards showing up here, going to be required to take the action to solidify this ending, but to know what's right for you and to think about yourself for once, okay? That's not to say that we should always be selfish, okay? This is not selfishness. This is like, this is self-love, not selfishness. And there is a difference. So this is knowing when you need to pull yourself back so that you can be of benefit to yourself and therefore others and therefore your community and therefore your family and everyone that then extends from you. Because again, we're all one. Okay, that is very important this week to know that, to value yourself in that way and to nurture yourself in that way, whether you're male or female. Okay, the Queen applies to all. This is just tapping into then that feminine nature, like we've been talking about in the last couple readings, that keeps coming up, is the feminine, the divine feminine coming up within each of us. Allow this ending, or create this ending. But I feel like this is something that is already, this is like dead and gone. Okay, this is already happening. It's just that this is confirmation for you to know if you were feeling guilt or shame over whatever it is, you know, that is ending here, that's the right thing for you and for everyone else, okay? Let's get a little more advice. A little more advice for this week in navigating the energies. Let's see what else here. All right. A whole bunch had fallen on the floor I forgot about. All right, let's see what else comes up. More advice for this week. I'm hearing right now that only you can tell you what's right for you. Okay, so if you're listening to me, for instance, and wondering if that thing that you're thinking about is right for you, how does this message feel for you? Does it feel expansive? Does it feel like truth? Or does it just feel like it doesn't quite fit, you know? And that's how you know if this is for you. We're talking about some heavy stuff this week. We're talking about leaving potentially big situations, jobs or whatever, you know, and I never want to be the person who told you to do it. You need to measure this against your own reaction to it to see if it's for you or not. Because I can't possibly, you know, read for every single person who sees this video, but it does seem, so you're going to know, you know, it does seem that most people that watch my videos are resonating with them. Otherwise they don't come up in their feed, but, you're going to know internally if this is right for you, if this is a yes, right? I'm also feeling through seeing this sun card here that you're going to know checking in through your solar plexus. So it's going to feel like, yeah, even though I don't want to do this, this is the right thing. That's how it's going to feel in your stomach area. Solar plexus is the stomach area, if you're not familiar. And it's going to feel expansive, like a warm sun, even if it's something you don't want to hear. Now, if it feels like a kick in the, it might feel like a kick in the gut if it's something you don't want to hear, but you're going to know on some level that it feels like truth. And so you just need to feel in your body. When you do it, I think that this will make sense to you, okay? If you have trouble, put it in the comments, and I'm sure I or other people who have done it before will be able to help you, but feel into your body and know if it's truth or not. If it feels like fear, it probably is fear, and it might not be right for you. You might also have fear surrounding making these big changes, and that's understandable. But you need to listen into your body's reaction and know, like, I know that this is right. This change is right for me because I feel how it will feel once I'm out of it. And I know that I'm stuck right now, or whatever, you know. So I am feeling, check in with your solar plexus to know what your truth is. Feel internally and know that only you really know what's right for you, okay? So don't let a partner, a boss, a parent, anyone else tell you what you need to be doing here. You need to be checking in with yourself. This is all about sovereignty and coming into your own sovereignty and making decisions, nurturing yourself, okay? And knowing what is right for you. So that's what's coming up for this week, you guys. I hope that this has been helpful. Please let me know in the comments. Again, like, subscribe, share. Please like this video and help other people to see it by doing that. And I really appreciate all of you guys and look forward to talking to you again soon. Okay, bye.